Have you ever stood in a place so cold, yet so breathtaking, that it made you forget every thought in your mind? A place where time slows, where every breath feels like the first one ever taken, and the silence is so deep, it almost speaks. Across Europe lie frozen worlds most travelers never see. Not the ski resorts or tourist spots, but the raw, untouched corners of nature, where winter creates art beyond imagination. These are places that feel alive, where mountains glow blue from ancient ice, where waterfalls freeze mid-air, and the night sky burns in colors words can't describe. And today, we're not just visiting them, we're feeling them, because these aren't destinations. They're living, breathing miracles. So grab your jacket, open your heart, and step into a world of frozen wonder. This is Wandroo, your passport to the world's most extraordinary places. Before we begin, if you love discovering places before the world does, tap subscribe, hit like, and let's wander into the coldest corners of beauty. Together, our first destination lies where glaciers meet fire, a land forged by chaos yet sculpted into perfection. 5. Vatnajökull Glacier, Iceland, the living ice giant. Welcome to Vatnajökull, Iceland, the largest glacier in Europe, and one of the most awe-inspiring sights on Earth. This isn't just a block of ice, it's a living, breathing giant, stretching across 8% of Iceland's entire surface. Beneath it, volcanoes rumble quietly, shaping rivers and caves through centuries of heat and frost. When you step inside one of its shimmering blue ice caves, the world outside disappears. Light filters through walls of sapphire ice, creating a glow so surreal it feels like walking inside a frozen cathedral. The sound? Nothing. Just the faint crackle of ice shifting beneath your boots. The heartbeat of a glacier that's been alive for over 1,000 years. Locals say the glacier breathes, expanding and shrinking with the seasons, whispering stories of ancient winters and fiery rebirths. Here, nature isn't peaceful, it's powerful. It reminds you that everything, even ice, has a pulse. And as the sun sets over the vast white horizon, golden light melts into blue silence, and you realize, beauty doesn't always bloom in warmth. Sometimes it freezes forever. From Iceland's wild glaciers, we journey south to a lake so still, so dreamlike, it feels like a fairy tale locked in ice. 4. Lake Bled, Slovenia, the fairy tale frozen in silence. Imagine a lake so perfectly shaped, it could have been painted by the gods. This is Lake Bled, Slovenia, a fairy tale frozen in time. When winter arrives, the lake transforms into a mirror of frost, reflecting snow-capped mountains and quiet skies. The air smells of pine and smoke from nearby chimneys, like whispers from another century. Locals tell tales of lovers crossing the frozen lake to ring the bell for good fortune. A journey of faith, hope, and love under the pale winter sun. And as you walk across the icy surface, the crunch beneath your boots feels like music. The world slows here. Every snowflake drifts in perfect rhythm. Every breath of wind tells a story. The luxury isn't in what you see, it's in what you feel. That rare, sacred calm you only find in places untouched by rush or noise. At sunset, when the lake glows gold and pink, you understand. Some beauty doesn't shout, it whispers. From Europe's quiet fairy tale, we now head north, to a place where light itself becomes art, and winter never ends. 3. Lapland, Finland, where the sky comes alive. Welcome to Lapland, Finland, the crown of the Arctic Circle, where the world feels endless and time stands still. This is a land of silence, broken only by the sound of wind brushing through trees and the soft crunch of snow beneath your feet. And then, the sky moves. The northern lights, ribbons of green, violet, and gold, twist above your head, dancing silently across a sea of stars. You lie back in a glass igloo, wrapped in warmth, and watch as the universe performs just for you. Morning arrives not with light, but with wonder. Husky sleds cut across frozen rivers. Reindeer graze near wooden cabins, and the air is so pure it almost sparkles. Locals here don't just live in the cold, they celebrate it. They believe winter brings peace, a chance to listen to yourself, to find stillness in a world that never stops. Lapland is not about surviving the cold, it's about surrendering to it and realizing how beautiful silence can be. From the far north, our path now climbs toward the frozen crown of Europe, where luxury meets the untouched wilderness of the Alps. 2. Zermatt, Switzerland, the crown jewel of winter. Nestled beneath the iconic Matterhorn, Zermatt is where the world's love affair with winter begins. It's more than just a ski town. It's an experience, a place where luxury and nature live in perfect harmony. Wooden chalets glow under golden lamplight, cobblestone streets echo with laughter and sleigh bells, and the air smells of pine, snow, and hot chocolate. The mountains rise like ancient kings, their peaks cutting through silver clouds, as skiers weave through the valleys below. But beyond the glamour, there's something deeper here. At the top of the Gornergrat Railway, you stand surrounded by glaciers and silence. The wind carries whispers of the past, of explorers, climbers, and dreamers who once stood here chasing the same feeling. At sunset, the Matterhorn turns gold, then fades into violet shadow, and you realize the true magic of Zermatt isn't in its luxury, but in its ability to make you feel small in the most beautiful way possible. But as we leave the peaks behind, we journey even further north, to the edge of the world itself, where the frozen wilderness still belongs to nature alone. 1. Svalbard, Norway, the frozen edge of the world. Above Norway's northernmost point lies Svalbard, a land where maps end and imagination begins. Here, winter never leaves. The sun vanishes for months, leaving behind a world painted in shades of blue and silver. Silence dominates everything, the kind that's not empty, but sacred. Polar bears roam across vast glaciers, Arctic foxes dart through the snow, and the ocean hums under a thick layer of ice. The locals live in harmony with nature, a few thousand souls who call this frozen kingdom home. They've learned what the rest of us often forget, that survival isn't about strength, it's about respect. When you stand at the edge of Svalbard, watching the aurora borealis shimmer across the horizon, you feel it. That deep, quiet connection between yourself and the planet that made you. You realize the world isn't small after all. We've just stopped looking deeply enough. The last true wonders, from Iceland's glowing glaciers to the Arctic silence of Svalbard. These frozen destinations remind us that beauty doesn't always bloom in sunlight. Sometimes it's born in ice, in stillness, in silence, in places where time has no hurry. Maybe your next adventure isn't trending. Maybe it's hidden, waiting quietly beneath the frost. This is Wanderrush, your passport to the world's most extraordinary places. If this journey touched your heart, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell us in the comments, which frozen wonder would you brave first? Until next time, keep wandering, keep dreaming, and keep rushing toward wonder.